Hey everybody. So, I wanted to jump on here and kind of do a state of the studio type update. I feel like there's a lot going on and I'm trying to gather myself. Um, but I wanted to kind of update you guys as to where things are. Because I've got a lot going on. And so maybe by updating you guys, and you'll have to pardon the noise of the airplanes. It's actually decent weather out, and so I've got my doors open, and I live right next to the little airport, so that's what that is. Anyways, as I was saying, I have got a lot going on, and I'm kind of in the process of, if you've watched any of my other videos, you kind of know I kind of do it's not quarterly, it's every 3 months or every 4 months. So it's a 3 times a year type goal setting thing. Anyways, so my last chunk of goals was May through August. It's now September, so I need to set my goals for the rest of the year. And it's a new month, even though it's the 9th or 10th, the 9th, 8th, 9th. Anyways, it's a good week into the new month, but it's still a new month, and so I'm trying to readjust and resituate and get ready for the end of the year. So, first things first, I wanted to kind of go over my goals, my scribble scrabble goals, if you could read any of that. So my May through August goals, my main mantra, I guess, was to use what you have, and I feel like I've done pretty good on that. And by this I mean don't spend a lot of time and money at thrift stores, which I love to do, and I haven't done a lot of that. I kind of resorted to only when I'm out of town kind of thing. So I feel like I've been doing pretty good, and I've been kind of creative with using what I have. So my May through August goals were, I had 4 plus a bonus. My 4 goals were to do 4 specific YouTube videos, have my inventory at around 30-ish. And inventory because I do like market shows, farmers market, things like that. So I like to have a good inventory to go to shows. Number 3 was to use up / remove all Disney. I know that Disney has a lot of copyright stuff, and I know that they don't play around. And so I just kind of decided earlier this year that while I would love to do some specific Disney-themed books and journals, I just decided it really wasn't worth it for me to stress about if this was going to be a copyright issue or if Disney was going to come after me with a cease and desist or anything crazy like that. So I just decided to get rid of all of my stash of Disney stuff, with one teeny tiny exception. I'll go over that in a minute. Number 4 goal was to create 2 storybook journals. Storybook journals, I've done a couple of them, and I absolutely love them because they're a challenge and a half. A storybook journal to me is doing a journal with a book, but keeping the story intact. And sometimes that's not so easy because you got words on both sides and images on both sides. And so it does present its own little challenge. It's obviously most fun to do these with children's books. I did one, I guess it was earlier this year, and I've sold it. And it's kind of one of those things that I'm not going to say I wish I hadn't sold it, but I love it. And I think about it all the time, and we'll go more into that later. But and then number 5 bonus goal was to research / explore options for a workshop. So those were my May through August goals. And here's where I am on them. Number 1, 4 specific YouTube videos. And I think with that in mind, when I set that goal, I wanted to do some more tutorial type videos with you guys. And I haven't done that. But with that in mind, I haven't done that, but I do feel like I've done some more specific videos. The Animalia book I just completed, I did a whole series of basically you guys, I did it from cover to cover, start to finish with you guys. And that was an undertaking. I don't know if you've ever done that, but I think it ended up being like 10 different videos, which I'm not really techie, so to let you in on a little secret, I record you guys on my phone and then I upload you to YouTube and all that. I don't do any editing or anything like that. So it is a slow process. And to do 10 videos, it was kind of like to work on that book with you guys. I had to work on it a little bit while I recorded, and then I had to wait for it all to upload and all that because my phone doesn't have a ton of storage. Again, I'm not techie, so I really don't know about all that. And then before I had to clear all that out on my phone before I could work on the book some more and do another video. So it was a bit of a process. Maybe after the first year, I'll look into a better way to do that. But this whole junk journaling, creating, YouTube, Etsy shop, doing the markets and all that. All this for me is my main thing is that I don't want to stress over it. I don't want to stress over editing a video. I don't want to stress over dealing with the market and dealing with, creators of a market and money situations and anything that kind of stresses me on all this. I'm kind of like, I'm out. And I don't like to be that way, but I don't want it to impede and interfere with my creating. I just want to be free to create and not stress about it, because if I start stressing about something, then that's going to hang me up and I'm not going to be able to create anymore, and it's going to put me in a block. And I've been down that road before, and I don't want to do it. So it's like I agreed with myself that I would do a YouTube channel, but I'm not going to stress about it. I would do an Etsy shop, but I'm not going to stress about it. I'll do markets, but I'm not going to stress about it. So anything that kind of starts giving me stress or makes me feel like I'm going to stress about it, I avoid. Probably not the best idea, but I don't want stress in expense of my art, if that makes any sense. My art is more important to me. So, where was I going with that? So for specific YouTube videos, I'm gonna say this goal is kind of halfway done. I didn't do for tutorials or anything like that, but I did 10 specific videos about that Animalia book. But I've branched out, and I've got some glue book videos out there that I'm starting a series on, or starting to go that direction with. So yeah, I'm gonna say this one is half done. We halfway met it. Of course, I did this on yellow paper, so of course I can't use a yellow highlighter, but we're gonna say it's halfway done. I halfway completed that. Inventory at 30-ish, and again, I do markets, different markets around town and things like that, when I can, when they don't stress me, when they fit into my calendar, when they fit into my budget, I'll do them, and I like to have a good inventory for those, and so my goal was to have around, excuse me, I've got the hiccups. My goal was to have around 30 in my inventory. And I just counted today. I have exactly 30. But I have 5 little bitty small one signature little bitty journals that I have in my inventory as well. So technically I have 35 in my inventory. If I was to go to market today, I would have 35 available to purchase. So I met that goal. I'm pretty excited about that goal. Number 3, use up and remove Disney. I've used up / removed all things Disney from my stash of books, of ephemera, of charms, of anything of that nature, except for Peter Pan. My best friend is a Peter Pan fan, and so if I will have to do one for her, I know I will. When I get to that moment, it will not be a for sale thing. It will be a gift, and so I don't think Disney's going to come after me because I've created something and gifted it to her. not making any money off of it. So, use up and remove all Disney. I did that pretty quick. I'm pretty pleased with that, and I'm pretty comfortable with where I am with that and that decision to not. Now, if somebody asked me to do a custom order of Disney, I would consider it. But it would just really depend, because I don't have any Disney stash. I don't have anything in my stash to use what I have. So so there we are with that. Number 4 is create 2 storybook journals. I did that. I did a Wild Things journal and a Scuttle the Pirate Mouse journal. So I did complete 2 storybook journals, and I'm pretty pleased with both those. My Scuttle book, the Scuttle the Pirate Mouse, he's available on my Etsy shop. I'm okay to get rid of him and to sell him, even though I loved it. I thought it was too cute. My Wild Things book, I have yet to decide what I want to do with it. It's in my spare room on my shelf, and so I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. So anyways, create 2 storybook journals. I did that. I'm pretty pleased with that. And to kind of veer off on that real quick, let's see here. I'm looking at my notes because I wanted to kind of do quite a bit. I wanted to cover quite a bit in this video with you guys. So, create 2 storybook journals. I did that. And so I'm going to set this aside and veer off a minute and let you guys know that I did technically go out of town this morning. It's Friday. I had an appointment in the town that's about 30 minutes north of me. Not a town I frequent. And so I went to that appointment, and while I was waiting, because it was at 10 and I, conveniently got there at 9, and they were conveniently very close to a Goodwill. That was not my plan until I got up there and realized I was way early. So I ran into the Goodwill, and this is what I came out with. Some kids' books. Now, Daniel Finds a Poem. I have this book. I want to do a storybook journal out of this. I got this book a while back. Let me see if he's right here handy. I feel like he is. Maybe not. Well, darn. Well, I don't know where it's at, but I do know I have this book. I got it a while back, and I got it because it's so pretty. The colors are so pretty, and the images and all that. And so I picked this one up. So I'll have 2 to work with, which, look at that spider web. I just love that spider web. So I'll have 2 to work with when I decide to do a storybook journal with it, which is a good thing. So, so yeah, this is a little thrift haul. I got this book. I got Angelina at the fair, about a little mouse, and she goes to the fair. I thought the imagery was really fun in this as well. It even had a the scary cat carnival type stuff. I haven't read the story yet, but I thought that would be a cute little storybook journal. And then I got this one, Wilfred Gordon MacDonald Partridge. It's basically about a little boy who lives next door to an old people's home, as they call it. And so it's it's a really cute story about memory. And one of the ladies in the old people's home he overhears his mom and dad talking about how she's lost her memory. And so he goes through trying to find things to help her find her memory. The imagery was really pretty, and it may be a little tricky because it's got a lot of words and they're on back to back, but I just thought it was a really cute story. So I'm kind of tempted to do storybook with this one. Nova's Ark, little robot, bright colors. I grabbed this one. I don't know that I will do a storybook journal out of it, but I might do something with the robotics of it. You know, robots and machinery and all that, just because it's really cute and colorful. I don't know. And then looky here. I said this, so Miss Maple Seeds is the storybook journal I did. I'm going to say it's probably the first storybook journal I did. I feel like I did another one, but Miss Maple Seeds was the one that I fell in love with, and I shouldn't have sold because I want it back. I'm just saying that. I'm glad. Hopefully it went to a really good place. But I had so much fun creating this book. I'm sure I have a flip through on my YouTube. But basically it's about Miss Maple, and she gathers seeds and she takes care of them until they're ready to go out in the world and do their own thing and grow up to be big trees. And no, it's the sweetest dang story. And the colors in it are very yellowish, orangish, fall-ish. And if you know anything about me, I'm a bit of a fan of the helicopter maple seeds. And I did this storybook journal a while back and sold it, and ever since then I've been in the back of my brain collecting stuff, because I've told myself if I ever see this book again, I will grab it and I will do another storybook journal out of it. So just on my crazy messy desk right here right now, I will tell you I have two things that could go in this book. One is from some Happy Mail that I got from my friend Mary Ellen. And she sent me some stickers. And look, these are stickers she did on a jelly plate. These are the maple seeds, the little helicopter maple seeds. Perfect. And then also look at these baby little maple seeds. You can see them with the light. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Again, I'm telling you, for whatever reason, this book is... It got me. It got me. So, I walked to the back of the Goodwill where the books were, and saw that this was the first book I saw. And I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's meant for me to be here. If I buy nothing else, I will buy this book. So, we have a Miss Maple Seeds, among a few others that I can play around with doing some more storybook journals. So there you go. Then that's my little thrift haul. That's all I got. It's a handful of books. So that's that. Where was I at? So create two storybook journals. I did that. Number 5 on my goals for May through August was to research/explore options for a workshop. So I did that. I researched and explored my options. And I have a couple of options, but here's what I ran into. I would like to do a workshop, a 2-day long, a 3-day long weekend retreat/workshop Because any of you who create journals know that it's not a 2-hour thing. It's not a 4-hour thing. It takes a little bit of time, especially if you want to do one from cover to cover, start to finish. You know, even if you did a basic one, cover to cover, start to finish, without going into the endless amounts of, embellishing and all that, it's still going to take a little bit more than, a couple hours. So what I found is the places around here that I've found, and again, this is still ongoing. I've got a friend of mine playing around with the idea of doing a creative retreat over a weekend. So it's still ongoing. But what I've found is most of the places that I come across that I contacted, they're like, yeah, sure, you can come down. We can open up the studio for 2 hours, 4 hours, whatever. And that's not what I have in mind. And so it's kind of like, do I want to figure out a workshop to do and explore a 2-hour or a 4-hour workshop? Or do I want to just stick with my idea of doing like a couple day retreat and where you do a start to finish kind of journal? So that, again, my goal was to research and explore, and I've started that. I'm still ongoing with that, but I'm going to say that we did it. So that takes care of May through August goals. My plan is to, my September through December goals are this. May through August was use what I have is my theme. September through December, my theme is finish strong. It's September. I've been nonstop journal making since January. I started this last September, October last year, and January I jumped right in and was like, okay, we're going to do this. And so now I'm going to finish strong with it. I want to really jump into it and stay into it. My goals, I kind of have 4 goals and a bonus. Total sales of $3,000. I don't know where I'm sitting at right now on that, so I have no idea. So that we'll decide where we are in December. Total books made for the year I want that to be at 100. I don't know where I'm at on that. I want to do 2 holiday shows, and I will say this right now. Again, the state of the studio is I have 2 shows coming up. 2, and they're both in November. One is a small craft fair. It's a holiday craft fair that it's been around for a while, and most people go with the idea of Christmas shopping, holiday shopping. And then the other one is Bella Rustina, which is a big 3-day market. They do it a couple times a year. I did it in the spring, and I'm doing their November show with the hopes that people are there shopping for holiday gifts as well. So, if I manage to pull both of those off in November, then I will have completed that goal. But 2 holiday shows is what I want to do. And that's what I'm on par for. I have nothing scheduled for September and nothing scheduled for October. So 2 in November. And my thought process is that I would have custom orders to play around with around those. So I'm good with that. Number 4 goal is Trovember, which is November. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Incorporate it into junk journaling somehow. I haven't quite figured that out, but that's kind of a goal. Number 5 bonus, explore my options for Patreon and explore my options for Maker Place. Michael's craft store has a new website called Maker Place, and from what I understand, which is why I need to explore more, from what I understand, it's like an Etsy shop, but it's through the Michael's brand, the Michael's store. I have registered for it, but I want to do a little bit more research before I start putting my stuff up there available for sale. Right now, I'm only on Etsy, and so explore Patreon options. I follow a couple people on Patreon, and I love it, and I think it's great. I don't know, and I'm leaning more towards it's not the thing for me, but I want to explore it a little bit more. So those are my goals for the rest of the year, September through December, 4 plus a bonus. And we'll see what becomes of it with the theme of finish strong. So I've been going hot and heavy at journal making for, I guess for a full year now. And so I want to finish strong with it. I want to continue to do it. I love it. I'm enjoying it. I enjoy doing these videos with you guys, even though in the grand scheme of things, I don't know how beneficial they are to you because I'm just sitting here rambling. But they're beneficial to me. And if I get 1 view or 1 like, or if I get 100 views and 100 likes, either way, I'm not stressing about it. I enjoy it, and I enjoy the handful of people that I follow and being a part of their lives. And so we're doing it. So that's what we got for my goals. Next on State of the Studio is my bingo card. Junk Journal Bingo created this card a while back. Cindy at Studio Lou, through her Patreon, created this Junk Journal Bingo card for us to play along with. Hopefully you've found her, checked it out, and have got your own. I know a couple of people that are doing this. I think it's a lot of fun. So I started it, I don't know what day it was, but I haven't touched it since. I created my card and added some stuff to it. And when I first started playing around with this, the idea of it, I wanted to do, instead of just a dot or Xing it out or whatever, I wanted to do something on these squares, like a little collage of some sort. But I haven't figured that out yet. So I think for now I'm just going to mark them with my pen. Bought a second book of a copy. We just did that with Daniel's poem. So I'm going to just do a little check mark here. Used up an old book as a glue book. I am still in process of that. I'm making progress. This was a huge bankruptcy book. I'm talking huge. So we're still in process of that one. In the works. Let's see. Used a digital journal kit. I'm going to mark this as done. I just recently purchased a whole shop digital kit, digital access to Raven Printable Designs. I like a lot of her stuff, and I've been back and forth on Etsy trying to decide if, play in the money market as far as, is it worth it for me to do a whole shop, bundle to where I have access to all the images in this particular shop. And then if I decided, yes, it was beneficial to me because I would use a big portion of those. I could see myself using a big portion of those. Then I had to decide which shop I wanted to do. And I went with Raven Printable Designs. And I've used a little bit of her stuff, and I just printed out some of her stuff for a Wild Horses journal that I'm working on. I printed out some of her stuff for the Magpie journal that I just recently used. So I've not really always been a fan of using digital journal kits, and I don't want to rely on them. I really want to use what I have in my own creativity. So I'm going to say that I have used that. Let's see here. Sewn paper by hand or machine. I'm going to say that I have used the sewing machine to trim, but I haven't sewn paper together. So we're going to play with that one a little bit. Foraged for natural things. I just recently did that at a conference I was at. I showed you guys the big chunks of bark that I found, and I don't know where, looking around my studio, where exactly they are right now. But I found some big pieces of bark, and I found a bird feather So I'm going to call that done. Reorganize your craft space. That one makes me laugh. I don't know why it makes me laugh. It just makes me laugh because, whew, as you all know, we have craft space is quite sacred to us. Everything in its place, a place for everything, even though it is quite chaotic. That's at least how it is at my house. So yeah, there we go. I'm just going to mark those 3 off for right now. I'm still kind of undecided as to how I want to create on this. But anyways, we're updated. I'm going to put this right up here so I'll stare at it. And I'll let you guys in on a little secret. I'm bumping you around. You're on my, well, where did he go? You're on my lamp is where you're at. And I have a bit of a mascot that's up there. There's only a few people that will understand this and think it's cute. But he watches over me. So, there you go. Anyways, carrying on. Where was I at? I went over my upcoming shows. Got 2 in November. That's all I've got planned for the end of the year, till the end of the year. And I will likely not do any more till the spring. So I'm good with that. I went over my goals, the ones that I've completed for May through August, and then my new ones for September through December. I updated my bingo card. I wanted to share with you guys, so a week, not last weekend, but the weekend before that, I went to my weekend girls trip. It was my family's yearly weekend girls trip. It's me, my mom, my aunt, my cousin, my other aunt, my niece, and my daughter. So there's 7 of us ladies. We've done this for the last couple of years, and we just kind of go away and be away and hang out and do whatever, and low key, low stress, and we always do a little craft. Usually my aunt is in charge of planning the craft. We've done a bunch of random things over the years. There's only a few among those 7 that are artsy crafty. So then you have to deal with the handful that are not, that say, I can't do that, I can't do that, I can't do that. And so we try not to do anything major. But this year, I was in charge of the crafts, and I saw something on TikTok and fell in love with it and decided I wanted to do it with the girls, with the family. And here's what it is. And I encourage you to do this with you and your best friend, you and your partner, you and your family members, whatever, because I think it's the cutest dang thing ever. How cute is that? So there were 7 of us. We all picked a color, and we all did our fingerprints. And now we all did them different. We all had a card, and we all chose a color, and if you wanted yours lined up, or if you wanted yours all around, or if you wanted, however you wanted to do them, you could do them. This is my oldest aunt down to my niece. These are in age order. And I'm trying to think. I guess I was yellow. My cousin, my daughter, my niece, my mom, my aunt, and my aunt. So, McCool girls. McCool is our patriarch's last name. None of us have that last name anymore, but our family is that. So, anyways, we did that. How cute is that? And then we went through and drew with the little black, their little hands and little smiley faces and all that. So, I encourage you to do that. And we just, dollar store frame. This was on some watercolor paper, so it was thick. So yeah, really cute, fun little project. Here is our little offcuts. We played around with different, you can do different faces, different hands, just however. It was a lot of fun. So anyways, I encourage you to do that. I wanted to share that with you because it was fun. So, back to State of the Studio. Right now I've got two custom journals in the works. I just delivered the Magpie one he sold. I delivered that this morning. And I'm in the middle of creating a wild horses one, this one here. And I just got an order, just got off the phone just a few minutes ago before I jumped up here with a lady who wants a peacock themed journal. So I've got those two in the works, and then I've got my storybooks that I just got. I've got the itch to do another storybook journal, so I'll tackle one of those. I also have, I'm kind of hung up on this. I've got this journal here, and it's essentially done. All my pages are together. I don't have a lot of ephemera in it. And maybe that's where I'm hung up, is I don't have a lot of ephemera. But it's essentially done. I mean, if I wanted a blank journal per se. My cover's done, all that. It's good to go. I'll get it done before my show in November. I'm just kind of over it. I don't know why, but I just am. So that's in the works as well. So the only other thing I wanted to kind of update you guys on is starting next month, October, I do a monthly challenge, Inktober. I highly encourage you to do it. I've done it for several years now, and let me see if I can. I wonder where that is. Anyways, Inktober, 31 drawings, 31 days. The idea is to kind of do these in ink, hence the name Inktober. I'm looking to see if I have any of my past Inktobers handy. I've been doing it for quite a while. Quite a bunch of years I have done it. Okay, so here is my Inktober for what year? 2016. This was 2016. So I've been doing it for a little while. This one I did I had a sketchbook that I created, was my calendar for a while. I did quite a bit. It was an art journal / calendar / thing. But I did my 31 days of drawing in black ink. This was one of my favorites. I don't know what the word was. Oh, you know what? I think this one was, I did not go by the prompts. I did my own prompts. I just didn't write them down. But you can see, kind of did my own thing with Inktober. So there's that one. One year I did last year I did it, and I wanted to do it in my my journal, my calendar. But I kept running out of space, so last year was a bit of a fail. Hold please, let me find. I'm looking for my dictionary. Aha, I found it. So 1 year, maybe 2 years, I don't recall. I did Inktober in my dictionary. So this was fish. This was in 2020. Oh, I also do a little bit of art journaling in here. Music. Of course, I don't have all the prompts. Here was teeth was a prompt. Storm was a prompt. I did some ink wash and a storm. Sleep was a prompt. There's a little kitty cat curled up. So yeah, there you go. That's kind of, you got options doing this. This year I have not decided how I want to tackle this. I would love to incorporate it somehow with junk journaling, and I would love to incorporate it somehow with doing a video with you guys, but I haven't quite figured that out, because essentially it's just a brief little sketch or drawing. At least that's what I've made it. And so, you know, it would be a short 5-minute video with you guys. I guess that's fine, but I don't know. Haven't decided. But anyways, here's the prompt list. You can find it on the Instagram, Inktober, if you want to jump on this bandwagon and have fun with it. You can use it however you want to do it. I've always done it as kind of a way to make me stop for a minute and draw. I can draw, but drawing is not one of my things that I enjoy doing. And so I've always used Inktober as a way to keep me drawing, even if it's just a little sketch or a doodle. So I encourage you to explore that. And I'll be doing it as well for the month. I just don't know how you guys will see it yet. Haven't figured that part out of it. And last but not least, on my State of the Studio is Trovember, which is my November challenge. I keep saying mine, like they're mine. They're not. I do them, but they're not mine. Trovember is done the month of November. It is through Collage Lab, and I believe she's on YouTube, but I know for sure she's got her website. She does a handful of different classes and workshops and things like that. She's got a lot of fun stuff. Each year in November, she does a Trovember. I didn't think to bring my pieces up here. They're in the back. But anyways, I'll be doing that for sure, and probably doing it on video with you guys. Basically, it's a month-long challenge, a collage challenge, and you build on your pieces. Each day she gives you a prompt. Like the first day, maybe a red circle, and so you'll create a red circle on your page. And then the next prompt, maybe add a fish. And so somewhere on that red circle page, you add a fish, and you just keep piling it on till you, at the end of the month, you have this huge collage, which is fantastic. The 2 years that I've participated in it, I absolutely loved it, and I've absolutely loved my finished piece. So I will be doing that in November as well, and I'll probably be doing it with you guys here somehow, some way. So that's all I've got, I think, for my State of the Studio. I just, again, wanted to kind of touch base with you guys, check in, let you know what all's going on with me. Kind of go over my goals and get that squared away and in my mindset, and just be ready to tackle the rest of the year and finish strong, and see what we can come up with. So thanks for joining me, and I will be back soon enough. I'm working on, like I said, this Wild Horses journal, and I'm going to start gathering stuff for a peacock journal, and then I guess I'll get this winter journal done. Blah. I don't like being that way, but I like it. I'm just not into it right now. And so I'm not feeling it. And so if I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. So anyways, thanks for joining me. I will be back soon enough. And we'll go from there. Bye for now.